Sleep maxing. After watching this video, you'll know exactly how to have perfect sleep. And this matters so much more than you think, because if your sleep is trash, then you're gonna have worse energy, you're gonna have brain fog, worse muscle growth, lower testosterone, and most guys think that their sleep quality is kind of random, like just whatever happens. But it's actually a lot more controllable than you think. By using these methods that I'm about to talk about, we can get our sleep very, very good, like almost perfect sleep. This is what my sleep looks like. This is how I know what I'm talking about. I have damn near perfect sleep. I get consistent 100% sleep scores on my Whoop. I always get enough time in bed, and I feel great because of it. If you apply what you learn in this video and you can have great sleep, then you can expect to get these benefits. You'll have more energy, less brain fog, your brain will work better, you'll have a better physique, you'll be able to put on muscle easier because you're resting and recovering correctly, and it will also be easier for you to lose fat. Higher testosterone, stronger drive, clear skin, better facial look, better discipline, better drive, better mood. So let's get right into it. So the very first thing that we're gonna do, which is very, very, very important, is we're gonna have the exact same sleep time and wake up time every single day. This is called consistently. So for example, if we're waking up at 7 a.m., then we are gonna keep this consistent. Same wake time every day. And also same sleep time every night. If we can keep this consistent and we can go to bed at the same time within a 15-minute window every single night, that will dramatically improve your sleep because your body is not being confused anymore. For example, when this time rolls around and you're going to bed at 9 p.m., for example, you can pick whatever time you want, but 15 minutes before bedtime, even 30 minutes, I start to feel this, like I start getting tired automatically, and then when I actually go to bed, I'm asleep within like 10 minutes because my body knows that this is when we are sleeping because I've been very consistent with this. My next point is that you must get 8 hours of sleep minimum. And now when I say sleep, I'm not talking about time in bed. Time in bed and time asleep are two completely different things. When the professionals say that you need 8 hours of sleep, they are not talking about 8 hours in bed. If you want to get 8 hours of sleep, then you need to be in bed for 9 to 10 hours because there's always some time in there where you are not completely asleep, whether that's like you're half asleep or you're awake or you're tossing and turning. There will always be 1 hour in the night where you are just not asleep. So if you want to get 8 hours in bed, then you need to be, if you want to get 8 hours of sleep, then you need to be in bed for 9 to 10 hours. I'm gonna put that right here. And that will give you 8 hours of sleep. The next thing that is very important for you to do is to set your circadian rhythm. Now, having consistent sleep and wake times will set your circadian rhythm. This is basically your body's internal clock, but will also set it is getting sunlight in your eyes in the morning. So right here, when we wake up, we want to be getting sunlight in our eyes. Getting sunlight in our eyes in the morning. Tell our brain that it is morning time and we are getting ready for the day, and it will set your circadian rhythm. This is very good. This will also help you go to sleep faster at nighttime. The next important thing that you must do if you want to have perfect sleep is to control your caffeine intake. Basically what caffeine does is it suppresses the sleep hormone. This is why it helps you feel awake when you have it in the morning. And caffeine has a very long half-life. I think it's about 8 hours. So if we are consuming it in this area about 4 p.m., then it's even at 2 p.m., it's still going to be in our system when we want to go to bed. We don't want our sleep hormone to be suppressed when we are trying to fall asleep. So that means we're going to have a cutoff time, and that cutoff time is going to be 2 p.m., ideally noon. So right here is when we are going to cut off caffeine. Caffeine cutoff time. 2 p.m. if you really want to push it, but ideally noon. My caffeine cutoff is like 9 a.m. The next important thing to have perfect sleep is to stop eating your food past 6 p.m. no food past 6 p.m. Why is this our food cutoff? This is our food cutoff because when we eat food, it takes our body time to digest, and we don't want to be digesting food when it is time to be sleeping. And if we eat at 6 p.m., then if we eat past 6 p.m., then we're still gonna have food in our digestive system that is being digested. And when we are sleeping, we want to be resting and recovering and using all of our bodily energy to recover and prepare us for the next day, not digesting food. So 6 p.m. is the absolute hard cutoff. Ideally earlier. I myself find that I have better sleep if I have my last meal at 4 or 5 p.m. But you can experiment yourself and you can see what works. But 6 p.m. is the absolute hard cutoff. No gigantic meals past 6 p.m. Your sleep will 100% be better if you do this. Also, around this time, we are going to be cutting off screens. 1 to 2 hours before bed, we are going to cut off screens. Now, this one I found doesn't really affect me as much as the food, but if you are going to be on screens, make sure you have night mode or night shift on, so the blue light is less, and that will make it, because when we have blue light in our eyes, our body thinks that it is still daytime and the sun emits blue light, and our body will think it's daytime, and we don't want our body to think it's daytime when it's nighttime, so that just kind of confuses our circadian rhythm. No screens, cut off your screens 1 to 2 hours before bed, but if you absolutely must, then make sure you put on the blue light filter, lower the blue light. The last thing that is so important when we are sleeping is our bedroom setup. And now there are 3 things that make a good bedroom setup, and the very first one is going to be the temperature of the room. What is the temperature of the room that we are sleeping in? It is very important that we have the room cool, if not cold. And I have found that 60 to 65 degrees is perfect, because any hotter than that, especially with a thicker blanket, you will start to sweat. And that is very unideal. This is one of the worst things for my sleep, is when the room is not cold enough, I am tossing and turning all night. I'm sweating, I'm uncomfortable, I'm waking up, it's just so bad. But when the room is cold, you will produce more melatonin when you're sleeping, and you'll have so much deeper sleep. Like, this one is a hack. This one is so important. This is like top 3 most important things to have good sleep, is to have a cold room. Cold room, 60 to 65. Try this. I guarantee your sleep will instantly improve. The next thing for our bedroom setup is that the room needs to be 100% completely dark. We don't want any lights while we are sleeping. We don't want our phone going off, our phone light to be on. We don't want the TV light shining in our face. We don't want to keep our LEDs on. We don't want a night light. We want the room to be completely dark. We don't want our brain to see any light. We don't want to trick our brain or anything like that. Completely dark. There should be 0 night lights, 0 anything in our eyes. And the last thing for the bedroom setup is control the noise. There should be quiet, or there should be white noise. Put on some white noise. So this is going to be the form of like a fan blowing. That is perfect. And if you live in for some reason the environment that you're sleeping in is noisy, like there's cars outside or there's just loud noise, then you can get some earmuffs or some earplugs, because if you're waking up because there's noise, what are you doing? That is just so unideal. Get some earplugs or control the noise. Turn on a fan, and that will kind of help drain out any other smaller sounds. But yeah, this is exactly how you have perfect sleep 100% of the time. I myself have perfect sleep. I apply everything. I'm gonna give you guys a bonus just because you made it this far into the video, and that bonus is to use mouth tape. When you use mouth tape at night, you won't be snoring, which can wake you up, and you won't be mouth breathing. When we mouth breathe, fun fact, we actually get 20% less oxygen. We want to be using our nose. That is the whole reason it's on our face, is so we can breathe out of our nose. Our mouth is for talking and for eating, not breathing. We should not be breathing out of our mouth. And when you do this, your sleep will improve I myself notice this one when I have mouth tape or when I don't have mouth tape. It's just a little piece of tape that keeps your lips shut, and you might be thinking, oh, wasn't that dangerous? You can just break it off if there's some kind of emergency. If your nose gets blocked or whatever, it's completely safe. But yeah, do these things. You will have perfect sleep. You will be a sleep maxer. You will have all of the benefits that come with a great sleep. And once you apply these things, you will really feel a difference. You will have more energy. Your brain will work better. Life will just become better. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want my entire blueprint on how to have perfect sleep, just like I have done, then in the link in the description is my school community. There I cover how to have perfect sleep, the perfect diet, what to eat, what to avoid, hidden toxins in our environment, healthy things that you can do. That's my full health program, link in the description. Go check that out if you're interested. And go check out my YouTube channel. There I have a ton of other videos explaining health concepts and just how to be as healthy as you possibly can. So go subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.